A device is more than the sum of its parts. In the 3 years since Google first introduced the Pixel series of smartphones, it has consistently proved that plain and simple hardware specs do not matter as much as software. Now I spent the last week using the Pixel 3 XL as my principal smartphone, and I'm inclined to believe that's true. I'll probably get called out as an apologist for this, but hear me out. It takes mere minutes for you to get used to the notch on any phone, not just the Pixel. What the Pixel does get wrong though is the extra large notch that cuts deep into the display. It looks unbalanced for lack of better words. The design is functional at best. With a large 6.3-inch display, the Pixel is a big phone, but it's not really unwieldy. One-handed use is out of the question, of course. The right side sports both the power button and the volume rocker. The white version that I've been using has a mint colored button that contrasts very nicely with the rest of the phone and gives it a playful appeal. Along the bottom edge is the USB Type-C port. Interestingly, the SIM card slot has also been moved here. Now the entire Pixel lineup so far has had a very distinctive look from the back. The Pixel 1 had an almost 50-50 split between glass and metal. The Pixel 2 reduced this quite a bit with a glass section at the top. Google's approach towards the rear panel on the Pixel 3 has created a combination of glossy and etched glass that retains the design ethos of the Pixel series and gives the phone an exquisite hand feel. I have no idea how Google managed to get this finish, but the end result is that the matte section feels powdery smooth and you could softly stroke it all day long. I digress, the phone looks great and feels even better. Will it catch scratches? Probably, but in turn you get wireless charging. In terms of software, the Pixel 3 phones run near stock Android 9.0 with a sprinkling of Google Magic on board. Unlike the Android 9 Pie update on the Pixel 2 XL that gave you an option to choose between home screen gestures and button-based navigation, that's no longer the case. And let's just say Google's implementation of gestures is less than ideal. I quite like the fact that the gesture bar has been moved to the bottom, allowing for much easier access, especially on the larger Pixel 3 XL. Multitasking access and pulling up the full app drawer both uses the same drag up from bottom gesture. Deep integration with the Google Lens within the camera app using the Pixel Visual Core now lets you pull up QR codes, URLs and even more when offline. The full lens experience is just a tap away. Now while digital well-being is in beta, it is still available on the Pixel to help you curb digital addiction. It shows you what you've been using, the number of unlocks, the number of notifications. You can set app timers which will lock you out after a certain amount of time. A wind down mode helps you disconnect by gradually cutting you off from your phone and helps you sleep better. Wind down mode combines Android Nightlight with display desaturation to turn the screen monochrome and reduce strain at night. The Google Pixel 3 and the 3 XL both are really fast phones, there's no doubt about that. They're both running Snapdragon 845 chipsets and there's 4GB of RAM. Now I understand a lot of you are going to have issue that why just 4GB of RAM? And we raised the same question to Google and they said that's enough. Really, that's the answer that they had, that 4GB of RAM is enough. So we're just going to have to take their word for it that the phone is well optimized enough and 4GB is going to be enough. So yeah, I mean if you want more RAM on your phone, you'll probably just have to look at other options because Google says that 4GB of RAM is enough on their phone. Beyond that, the performance is absolutely fine. I put the phone through games, through photograph taking, lots of videos, music listening, social media and everything else that you possibly use in your smartphone every single day. And I never really had any issues with multitasking and performance is obviously fine. Nor did I have any issues with app reloading, and that's something that a few users on the Pixel 2 also faced. Now I do not face that on my Pixel 2 XL either, so your mileage may vary, but generally speaking performance on the Pixel 3 XL is as fast as anything else. Let's talk about the display. The Pixel 3 series has a fantastic screen, more so in comparison to the disaster that was the display on the Pixel 2 XL. This time around, both the Pixel 3 and the 3 XL have quality displays that look stunning from all angles. Be it brightness levels, contrast ratio, or simply outdoor visibility, there's little to complain about. I've been taking the Pixel 3 XL around the streets of Cuba where a bright sun is the norm and I've had no issues with viewing it outdoors. The screen on the Pixel 3 has gone through a number of certification processes, making the phone a UHDA Premier HDR device, and let's just say media content looks brilliant on it. Now on to the camera. The numero uno reason for most to buy a Pixel is the camera. You get a 12.2 megapixel camera at the back, The front on the other hand has two cameras this time around. A standard 8 megapixel camera paired with an ultra wide 8 megapixel camera that gives you a 96-degree field of view. Through stacking multiple shots over HDR+, the phone is able to provide an exceptionally sharp shot with a very low noise floor. Perhaps my only complaint is that the processing errs on the side of a darker shot. This is however easy to fix in any photo editor. Google's also built in what it calls super res zoom. Now it's better than standard digital zoom, but it is still no replacement for a telephoto lens. Selfies using the wide angle camera on the front are fantastic, and I can't imagine using the standard camera anymore. There are new software features like photo booth, where the camera will take shots only when you're smiling or making a funny face. And then there's Playground, which is really just a new name for AR stickers. Now in terms of connectivity options, the Google Pixel 3 has all the essentials. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS and USB Type-C support of course. There is no microSD expansion and there is no dual SIM support, but you've come to expect that from the Google Pixel series anyway. In terms of storage options, you get 64 or 128 GB of storage, but you also get unlimited uploads in full resolution of both your photos and videos to the Google Cloud. The Pixel 3 XL has a 3430 mAh battery, while the regular size model has a 2915 mAh battery. Both of them support adaptive battery functionality with Android 9, and for all practical purposes you'll easily get a full day of usage. With extensive usage, I regularly got 5.5 hours of screen on time. In addition to the USB PD charging, you also get wireless charging support this time around, so you can quickly top off your phone whenever you want. Look, you already know if you want the Google Pixel 3 or not. It's not about the hardware here, this is all about the software game. If you want the best camera in the industry, this is the phone to get. If you want the fastest software updates in the industry in the Android world, this is once again the phone to get. If you're looking for value for money, you'd be better off with the OnePlus phones. If you want more hardware and software features, that's probably Samsung's game. But overall, the Pixel 3 offers some of the best software and hardware integrated experiences that you can hope for. This is a fantastic phone and it will go on sale in India starting 1st of November. In the meanwhile, check back on FoneArena.com for a full text review. It's really in depth and you'll have the full details on the pricing and offers as well. Thanks for watching.